Hello, everybody.
Hi, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Hope we're all set up. I believe we are. No reason to think we're not. No reason to think we're not working. How's everybody? Welcome home.
Yes, I was going to say, don't forget that part.
I know, because Shane will come over here and beat me up.
So, before we get started, as usual, please share this with your friends, because. Because
we're asking you.
Because if you hadn't noticed, again, Facebook is changing things up, and we're seeing either old posts or a bunch of ads. So we kind of get lost in the shuffle. So anything that you do is very much appreciated. So thank you.
And our friends share a post from 5 days ago. You don't notice it. You see in your feed. You're like, oh my gosh! And wait, it was 5 days ago.
Yeah, I know, right?
That kills it.
So, do we want to start with a House of Mouse Expo announcement?
After I do my intro.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, welcome to TMSM Week Live, show number 131 for October 10th, 2022. I'm Scott.
I'm Jeff.
Now, go ahead and do your little intro.
Well, how are we doing this? Because, okay, so usually we have a video, but we don't because we have 3 guests from 3 different areas, I guess.
I just literally did not have time to put it together. I have been between everything we have going on. We just haven't had time today. So yeah. I apologize. I wasn't able to get a video. I do apologize.
But we'll just tell you about it.
But we'll just tell you each guest. So are we going to do one guest and explain a little bit and then put the next guest?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Okay. So, are you ready?
Sure they are.
Okay. Our first guest for the House of Mouse Expo.
Well, our next guest.
Our first of these 3.
Yeah.
Ready? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Morris from the Toy Story franchise. He was Andy's voice in Toy Story, as well as he is Santa Boy from The Nightmare Before Christmas, as well as other things on his, if you go read his IMDb and see what else he's been in. But John is coming. He was supposed to be here last year. He had a family emergency at the last minute, had to cancel, but we did agree that he's coming back this year, so he will be there all 3 days at the House of Mouse Expo.
Yes. So that's kind of cool.
That is really cool.
Now we have from Pixar, we have Boo from Monsters Inc., and now we have Andy from Toy Story.
It is. That's kind of cool to have two from that
main characters.
Pixar franchise. Yeah. And Andy, I mean, who doesn't know who Andy is?
Yes. All right.
Kind of cool.
All right, so ready?
Next up. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Here we go. Would you like to introduce her?
Sure. It's Maria Canals Barrera from Wizards of Waverly Place and Camp Rock, the movies, and a bunch of other stuff.
She's got her IMDb is filled with credits that she's done. Lots of things, lots of different appearances and such. But she's a huge fan favorite at the shows and such, and we were really excited that we were able to bring her in for the show. So we're excited to have her as one of our featured guests.
Yeah, and so it's kind of cool because we're doing like a lot of 90s, early 2000s, like retro throwback type of thing, which is a lot of fun because nostalgia is all the rage right now. So.
It is. And if you noticed in the picture I put up, that was her with Selena Gomez was her on-screen daughter.
Yes, it was a Waverly
And then Demi Lovato, I believe, was her daughter in Camp Rock, or somehow, I'm not sure exactly her role in Camp Rock, and I do apologize. I should have looked that up, but Demi Lovato.
But I bet you our kids would know.
Our kids definitely know. So we mentioned to them
They're like, oh, that's the mom from Wizards of Waverly Place.
I know, we're like, we got Brett Island, we got Brett Jones. Oh my gosh, the mom. So they were really excited about that. And then our last guest, which is one we had no idea we were going to get until last week.
Yeah, because he approached us. So it's like craziness, but this is really fun. Okay, ready?
Are we ready? Drum roll. And just as a heads up, this is coming from kind of what our shirts, if you haven't figured it out, what our shirts are tonight. There you go. Michael McGrady from
Hocus Pocus!
And Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He was on a couple episodes of that as well. But Michael is coming. If you remember his scene from Hocus Pocus, he was the cop who the kids go to talk to about getting help to stop the Sanderson sisters.
Yes, and he was actually just wearing a Halloween costume.
That's true. Yes, he was. That's all he was doing. That's all it was. As his girlfriend comes out of the store.
Yeah. So it was weird because I mean, the expo is getting a lot of, notice, but getting noticed more. But now because it's Halloween and because of Hocus Pocus, it's really getting, all our panels are going to be great, but a lot of people are focused on the Hocus Pocus panel. And now he makes 9, right?
Yes, nine Hocus Pocus cast members.
Guests.
And like we said, we didn't even know about this one last week. One of our friends who's helping bring these people here called me. He's got, I got something that you might be interested in. First, he was checking on us after the storm.
Oh, yeah, because there was a hurricane, so we were not here last week.
And then he mentioned to me, he goes, I have somebody you might be interested in. And so we started talking, and then he told me it was Michael. And Michelle and I had always joked that how cool would it be if we could get the cop out of who's left, if we could get the cop to come. And he reached out. He saw an advertisement for the expo somewhere. He reached out and went through different sources and came to us and wanted to come. So he will be there in attendance. And
this is his very first expo convention type of thing he's ever worked. So you're going to meet him at House of Mouse Expo first because he's never done a convention.
Never done, and he's been in a lot of shows. A lot of network, Grey's Anatomy. I saw CSI, Criminal Minds, Ray Donovan, and just so many shows he's been a part of. It's actually amazing if you look at how many things he's been in. But he will be at the House of Mouse Expo. To come greet all you fans, and he's really excited to be there, to be a part of this. It's such a big reunion, so who knows? I mean, we say we're done, but who knows? We may get other people that pop up and want to attend as well. So
yeah, it's kind of crazy because we're not doing anything anymore. We're just trying to prepare for the show, and we're having different celebrities, agents reach out to us, and they want to come to our show. Which is a wonderful thing, but this year we have so many guests.
And we've turned away. We had, in the last week, I've had 2 other emails from 2 different celebrities that you would know if I told you who they were, that wanted to come, that reached out to me directly. They're like, hey, I heard about this. I would love to be a part of it. And I had to say no, unfortunately, which I didn't want to do.
No, but we're going to run out of room in the celebrity area. And, the panels only hold so many people. So.
Right. So I did, for the ones who I unfortunately can't take this year, I did ask them, could we talk for next year? And they definitely want to be a part of it next year. So hopefully for House of Mouse Expo 3, we will have some guests already set to come in and be a part of it. So it's going to be great.
And it's really great to see the celebrities actually excited to come to this. Like last week, I put out a video of the actors who played Max Allison and Binks the cat, putting out, something for our audience and how they're excited. And then Don Yasso, who is the Mortal Bus Boy, he is so hyped about this. He does these little Facebook videos every night, and he keeps talking about House of Mouse Expo. So we're really humbled that they're excited. No, we just got to put on a good show, and you guys have to come.
We need everybody on Earth to come.
Yes.
So if you're anywhere within the vicinity of the Orlando area in January, make sure you attend the House of Mouse.
Or tell your friends about it, because again, Facebook, Instagram, sucks. So if you could actually help us spread the word, we would so appreciate it.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a huge push here in the next couple of weeks of getting some of our friends to help us spread the word as much as we can, just to get the word out there. We really want this thing to take off, and the only way that can be is if we get the word out there, because everybody who attended last year loved the show.
Yeah.
But it was all the emails we got after the show. I didn't know
there was a show, and we had been promoting it for months. So.
And we were on Spectrum TV last time. We had commercials running on TV. We had all kinds of stuff, and it just didn't work. So we're hoping this year, if we can spread the word through friends and family and such, that it'll help.
Yeah. So it's kind of a group effort.
Stacey wants to know what your headband is. Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion. I got it at Spooky Empire earlier this year. So it's just a headband.
So that's it. So we're at 21 guests for the House of Mouse Expo, which last year we had 12. So I guess we just switched those two numbers. Instead of 1, 2, it's 2, 1.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a process to put all this together, but we can do it.
We can, and we actually had a meeting yesterday with a friend of ours who's really helping us behind the scenes to bring it all together, and she's got some great ideas and some big plans, and we'll just see what happens. It's gonna be exciting. So, okay, let's go on. What do we got to talk about tonight?
All right, so we have some things. So we were not here last week. As you know, Hurricane Ian hit our state pretty hard. Now we're pretty fortunate. We just had some flooding in the house and some damage to our landscaping. All our landscaping is doing this.
They kind of all facing which way the wind was.
And we still haven't fixed it yet.
Yeah, we've been busy.
All right, but so we were pretty lucky, considering. So there's still a lot of people that are recovering, and still a lot of floodwater and outages and people who had their houses ruined. So our prayers go out to them. It was pretty scary, but we're okay.
We are, and fortunately the water, we were able to keep it at bay because we found out about it almost immediately. We just got lucky.
Yeah, it started coming through the front of the house, and he thought it was just like a little water seeping through the door, and it was all in the front of our house. I mean, the
landscape was filling with water, and it had no place to go, so it just came into the house. And luckily, I just happened to get out of bed. We were already asleep. I got out of bed, and I just came out here just to check, make sure everything was okay, and I stepped right in a puddle of water, and I caught it before it kind of got out of our entryway. And I worked on it for about 45 minutes, and then I went and woke her up, and Andrew woke up, and then we just
all night
with a mop and our shop vac, getting the water out, towels,
trying to keep it out. Because if you guys remember, we had a bad flood in our house last year, so we just did not want to have to deal with that again. Yes. But everything is fine.
Yeah, we went to about 4:30, and then it finally slowed down, and we were good.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great.
So anyway, we are back. And I tried to go through, like, kind of backpedal to see what we missed to talk about.
Okay.
So one of the big things that had happened since then was Hocus Pocus 2 was released on Disney Plus.
Right. That didn't get released before?
No, it was right after the hurricane.
Oh, I thought it was the week.
Yeah, because a lot of people were worried they wouldn't have power to watch Hocus Pocus 2 when it released.
Oh, okay.
That's another thing that had happened. Now, And also, speaking of the movie, they announced last week that it was the #1 premiere ever on Disney Plus, which I'm not shocked.
No, I'm not shocked. I mean, there's been a lot of great shows that have premiered, but there was so much hype on this one.
Big hype.
So much backstory to this one that a lot. I mean, unlike Obi-Wan or Mandalorian or any of those, they were all kind of new shows. So if you really weren't in that genre, you get tuned in right away.
Plus, some of us have been waiting 29 years for a sequel.
She's been counting for 29 years.
No,
now she's counting for part 3.
No, you know what? So did you guys watch it?
Can't ruin it.
I'm not going to give you any spoilers. I mean, it's been out for over a week, so I'm guessing most people have seen it.
Most.
I would love to hear your thoughts. I'll share mine.
Be careful.
I'm being careful. All right, so obviously, I am like a big Hocus Pocus geek. Self-admitting, I know pretty much all the words by heart. I actually know a lot of the actors now, which is really cool. And I love it so much, and it's become a tradition in our house every year since the kids were little. I think so I liked it. I didn't love it. Now, and I don't know if my expectations were really high. I don't know if when you wait that long to see a movie and there's all this hype and they've been hyping for a year, I guess I was expecting something to like blow it out of the water, and I don't feel it did that. No, it had a lot of good scenes, right. A lot of good throwbacks to the original movie, which I liked. Easter eggs. But the storyline, it had a lot of holes in it, and I just thought some of it was cheesy. But I will say it was nice to see the sisters back together, and it was nice to see Billy Butcherson again. Doug Jones, who's going to be at our expo.
Yes.
So,
probably one of the nicest people.
Doug Jones is one of the nicest people you will ever meet. He talks to everyone like he's known you for years. He's a wonderful person.
He really. Oh, Autumn, she said, blasphemy. You must love it. If you didn't, we would fight about it online.
I didn't love it. I mean, I liked it. How about this? I will watch it again. I will give it another try.
And I'm obviously not the big Hocus Pocus fan like some people are in the house. I like the original. I do. I like it a lot. We've watched it many times over the years. The new one, if you just kind of take it at face value as what it is, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Doug did a great job. The sisters all did a great job. I had hoped, I really did, because they kept telling, oh, this person's not going to be in it, this person's not going to be, and I kind of really hoped that was kind of like the thing, like, oh, we're going to tell you we're not in it, but we really
like they were lying to us.
Kind of like the Spider-Man and Garfield and Tobey Maguire actually were in it, even though they said they weren't.
Yeah. See, that's a perfect example, because none of us thought that the other Spider-Man actors were going to be in the new one. It was like, no, we're not, and then boom, they were. So I think that I was kind of hoping for like cameos, but they did. The whole movie has Easter eggs paying homage to the first one. So I think I need to go back and watch it again, because I think I was just too hyped up.
But what we can honestly say, Doug Jones, who was in part 2, will be at our expo.
Yeah.
And Emily Binks, they show the scene from the first movie in part 2, Amanda Shepherd, will also be at our expo. So we have 2 of the cast members attending. And a third friend of ours is actually in a cameo in the film and will be at the expo.
Really?
Yes. Who's your assistant host for the panel?
Oh, Bora. Yes.
Wait, they didn't know it was Bora. You just announced it.
Oh, okay.
So
I can't see. But yeah, I can't really see the feedback because my allergies are bad and I can't read. I hope you guys aren't roasting me too bad.
Oh, they're roasting you there. And Robert Carlson said it best, part 3 will be out in 2051, another 29 years.
Oh my God.
So we'll get ready. By then, Disney Plus should own the universe.
Right.
And every movie studio and such. So.
Oh, see, but I'm not going to say it. In another 30 years, I mean, not all the cast might still be around.
How dare you say it?
Well, no, I mean.
Billy Butcherson died in 1693.
That's true.
And he's still going.
Oh, yeah.
And the sisters were at the same time, and they're still there.
Okay, so maybe so. And there's always Disney magic.
There is Disney. Sprinkle a little bit of pixie dust on
it. But I didn't hate it. Let's just say that. And it's funny because a lot of people, because of my fandom, wanted to know my opinion. They were like, "What do you have to say?" And yeah, I mean, I'll give it another try. But I didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it. There was people who, oh, it's horrible. You can't watch it. And if you go in with too much expectations, another perfect example is Star Wars. After all the years, and then all of a sudden having to watch The Phantom Menace. And there was so much hype on The Phantom Menace because it had been so many years since Star Wars had done the last film. And then people went in there with the expectations.
Yeah, and it's funny because what were we talking about? I'm really tired and my allergies are bad, so I have to excuse me. I can't see and my face is itchy. But what were we talking about?
I had just mentioned about how
no, not that.
Before that?
No. You and I, before recently we were talking about fandoms for movies and how the Star Wars fans are a unique breed and everything has to be just so. And they rip things apart, like if a new movie or a new show, or if it doesn't fall right in line with how they feel it should, then it's a no-go.
And Marvel fans are the same way. We're very devoted to the stories we know, and if something falls in there and it doesn't fall in place, and that happened actually in Hocus Pocus 2. There was a scene where, if you've seen the movie, at the beginning of the movie, and you see Mother Witch talking to the three younger sisters.
Oh, yes.
She gives Winnie the spell book, which is on my shirt. She gives her the spell book, but in the first movie, Allison states that she was given the book by the devil himself.
That's right. Not some lady in the woods.
Not some lady in the woods. So that was kind of one of the things that I caught right away when that happened. I was like, hey, they said she got it from the devil himself, and now this is.
But a lot of people online caught that. And okay, so speaking of like fandoms, I got it now. I got it. So I said something last week on my personal Facebook about all the fighting that was happening about Hocus Pocus 2. Now, I'm in a lot of Hocus Pocus Facebook groups, obviously, and these people it reminded me of Star Wars fans, how impassioned they were, whether the like of it, the dislike of it, the disappointment, the whatever. And these people were like yelling at each other, calling names. You're stupid. No, you're stupid. No, your opinion's wrong. No, your opinion's wrong. And I'm like, it's a movie. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. But these people, I think they had this built, all the Hocus Pocus watch parties and, everybody was buying costumes and, special treats for all this and having pajama parties.
Which, if you need a place to wear those costumes, the House Mouse Expo is in January.
But yeah, I think that because some of the diehard fans built it up to this major, major thing, and it really was a face value type of movie. But regardless, I don't think people should be fighting over a movie.
You're allowed to have different opinions of it. I mean, some people like it, some people won't. It could be anything. It could be people could be bitter it wasn't filmed in Salem this year.
Yeah,
it could be bitter that this director didn't do it or this actor wasn't involved. I personally would have loved to have seen Jay and Ernie, aka Ice, show up as maybe the garbage men somewhere in Salem. Like, I just think it would have been a funny cameo to have them doing that.
Yeah. So, if you haven't watched it, give it a try. Some people love it. Some people are disappointed. Some people are middle of the road about the whole thing. Like I said, I'm willing to give it another try.
Yeah, I told her, I think we need to watch it one more time, just because you go into the first time, you have all these expectations, but you're also trying to take everything in.
Yeah, plus all the Easter eggs you were talking about. So yeah, and I think I was disappointed because my sons didn't like it. They thought it was cheesy. And it broke my little Hocus Pocus loving heart because I wanted them to love it just like the other one, because every family has their traditions, at Christmas time, at Halloween. Like when I was a kid, watching The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown was something I did with my mom and dad, and we didn't miss that. And then I did the same with my kids, but it was Great Pumpkin and Hocus Pocus. Right. So I guess I just hoped that they would, they were like, eh. So I was disappointed in that.
And I think those shows meant something more to us because we only got to see them. We didn't have streaming. We didn't have. Not everybody had the VHS tape or the Betamax tape or anything of those. So we had to wait all year to see The Great Pumpkin or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when that came, or Frosty the Snowman, or the Grinch, the original Grinch. So we had to wait all year to see them, so we didn't take it for granted. We were excited. It was like Tuesday night, 8 o'clock is Charlie Brown, and you know you're gonna see the Dolly Madison commercials, and you're gonna see the stuff that you didn't see or the Mounds commercials. It was always the commercials you never saw any other part of the year except during Charlie Brown.
That's true, and I think that you're right. That's a very good point, Edwin. Because
thank you. I'm gonna step off now because I can't get any better.
Because I think nowadays that everything is at our disposal. Like you don't have to wait. You can watch Christmas stuff all year round. You can watch Halloween stuff all year round. And whenever you want to. So there was something special about waiting to see that commercial of when these special programs were going to be on. I remember, waiting to see, when the Great Pumpkin was going to be on. And even with my kids too, they're like, Mom, it's going to be Tuesday night or something. And, we would make sure that we all sat in front of the TV and watched. So I think that maybe that's part of it too.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of the big one for us though was the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, when we were little.
Everybody waited for the Wizard of Oz.
And they always played it at Easter time.
Always at Easter time, and you got that. You sat down and you watched the movie, and it's just a big deal.
I remember being really small and my mom watching that, and all I remember is she had Easter decorations in the house, and that's how I remember.
Okay.
I remember bunnies and eggs.
Bunnies and eggs.
Bunnies and eggs. So I mean, it is what it is.
It is. And we'll watch it again, and then we'll let you guys know what we thought.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I change my mind. All right. Okay. So I'm trying to think what else. Okay. Before we go to another Halloween topic, I just want to mention quickly that same weekend, last weekend or the weekend before last, Epcot had their 40th anniversary. Right. The biggest line in the park was for merchandise, of course. It was like in the morning, like 4 to 5 hours to get this Epcot merchandise because they only sold it in the creation shop.
Right.
Now, if they would, my opinion, if they would have put it in some of the festival booths or something around World Showcase, they could have avoided that.
There's that one festival booth right there as you're walking the crosswalk or the walkway to World Showcase. That's just been closed for months now.
They could have even put it in one of the two stores at the front of World Showcase.
Just to split it up, just to not have it all in one area. And they did it with the Guardians. That's why they moved some of the Guardians merchandise into the creation shop because it was too much for that store to handle.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do that with this? I don't understand. I mean, show them all the merch. Oh, wait, you didn't get any because we didn't wait in line for 4 hours to get this.
I was not about to wait because I didn't really love the Epcot merchandise. And I'm getting to the point now that, we live here. I'm buying too much stuff, so I have to really pick and choose.
You only have so many spirit jerseys, so many lounge fly bags, so many.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to cut myself off. So, what?
Robert, they should have just posted it on eBay and saved the resellers all the trouble.
Right? Oh my God, yeah, because there was a lot of that. So here's the thing. All right, Robert, you made an excellent point too. So,
giving out compliments tonight, Robert. Me and you so far.
So, okay, the lounge fly bags, for example. I had posted a picture online, and I posted it without realizing what it said. I went back afterwards. Well, the lounge fly Epcot 40th bags are on this table, and it said limit 10 per person. 10. And so people were going in there, and they were buying bags full. And you're looking online and they're already on eBay, and it's like I don't know why Disney. Usually for special merchandise, especially something like Loungefly, they do a 2 per person. They had 10. So I mean, and a lot of people caught that and they were like, "Why 10? That's not fair." Blah blah blah. Well, I don't know, but usually it's not 10.
But when we were in Disneyland, like the merchandise for the Marvel stuff was limit 1 for a lot of it, and here it's 10, and it's like, what the.
I don't understand.
I just don't get that. And I used to get mad at the shoppers. Now I'm mad at Disney because they're the ones that make the shopper, give them the job to do what they do. Disney doesn't care. They don't care if one person buys 10 bags for $70 each, or if 10 different people buy bags. They're still selling.
Because it's all.
They don't care.
They don't really care.
And they actually get rid of the inventory. So I can understand the Disney side why they don't care about it, but it creates this business and this markup of these people. And then there was times when Disney tried to come down on these people, but then they enable them by doing 10, you know.
I didn't really understand. And then, you know, with the long line, and there was so Harvey's came out with a Figment bag. It was supposed to be out that day, but it wasn't. It came out after the fact during that week. But people were able, because it wasn't part of that day, people were able to go in the stores and buy the Harvey's bags without it being a crazy free-for-all, you know? So it reminded me, that line reminded me of the flippin' Figment popcorn bucket, you know, because I saw this.
The next day you got it.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So a lot of people waited in this 5-hour line, and then I saw people post the next day that they walked right in the next day. But see, people are funny, because I get that way too sometimes. Like, you want to buy that anniversary item on the anniversary. Now, you're the only one who knows if you went the day after.
And they came from the same box. I mean, essentially the same cargo truck that brought all those things there. They just didn't open the box that they opened on the next day.
Right, I mean, nobody's gonna know.
It was like when the 35th happened for Epcot, and they had the Figment Funko Pop.
Yes.
Which was huge. Everybody, you have to have the Figment Pop. You have to have the Figment Pop. I didn't go that day. I think she was sick, and that's why we didn't end up going on Epcot's 35th. We sent somebody in our place. They were like, "Oh, you're not gonna get the pop. You're not gonna get the pop." And I didn't care. I was like, no big deal. But 3 weeks later, we were at Epcot, and they had
a bunch of them.
They had a ton of them. They didn't sell out. They had them. It's almost like, I always go back to the rose gold ears. Disney put out so many, they create this huge hype. Oh, we're sold out for months and months and months. Oh, look, here's some more all of a sudden. And they create the hype. And they know what they're doing. They're masters of selling. They know how to sell people. They know how to get you to spend money no matter what. If you're broke, they know how to make you find the money to buy what you want, because you want it so bad. And you know, if you don't get it, it's going to be $500 more on eBay later. When we were walking out, they handed out 40th anniversary posters.
Yeah.
And they were just small, like.
And a program. It was one program per family.
And I was just curious. I went on eBay. They were already on eBay. They were.
Yeah. The park maps and the little posters were on eBay already. And it was still the day of, and it was still early in the day.
Autumn was for us. She just reminded us.
What?
Autumn was there for us on the 31st.
Oh, was you? Thank you. I knew we sent somebody, and there was a reason that we couldn't go. Yeah. I might have been sick. But anyway, yeah. So it's like, I really think that, you know, Disney's really good at building the hype, and then, you know, and flocks of people do, you know, wait for it, but then you really don't have to. I mean, you could probably get it a couple days after.
You can't get 2 weeks later a lot of times with the newer way they do things. And there were shipping delays and stuff like that, but still, now they should be getting the stuff pretty much on time.
And also, you know, the 40th is not like, people are like, so what's all happening? Well, there were some special treats. There was merchandise. Oh, and the barges for Harmonious, that Epcot 40. And that was pretty much
it. And then
it.
Spaceship Earth had a special ceremony, lights on there.
But like, it wasn't like the 50th where there was all, you know, and this was only like a few days worth of a celebration. And I'm wondering if part of the reason that they didn't do anything super special was because of all the construction at Epcot.
There is a lot, and I was talking to somebody, and they said that he goes, why would you send all the press into an area where it's all construction, especially at the front of the park, because everybody has to go to World Showcase to really have any space to spread out and do things. So that could be why they delayed it. Plus, D23 had just ended a couple weeks before. We had just had the hurricane come through, so any last minute plans to put something together were probably stopped, because a lot of times we don't find out about a media event until literally 5 to 6 days before the event.
Sometimes even sooner.
Yeah. So if there was a chance they were going to do it and the hurricane was coming, they could have just.
Well, yeah, and I don't even mean just a press event. I mean stuff for the guests that come into the park. You know, special things, special, you know, fireworks or special something. And I think just the timing was really bad. But
it was, but it is what it is. And, I mean, we weren't really that excited about Epcot's 40. I mean, we like Epcot, but it's not. It wasn't the Magic Kingdom celebrating 50.
That was cool.
Was huge, but that was actually for the entire resort. That was all the properties. I mean, yes, Magic Kingdom opened 50 years ago and everything opened later, but it was still a celebration of all the properties. That's why there's the gold statues in every park. That's why there's the beacons, the light.
In a different parks.
Yeah, in the different parks. So it was all the parks celebrate the 50th. So we've kind of been on a celebration for over a year at this point. Yeah. So it's like, let's move along.
Let's move along.
Isn't it almost time for the festival of holidays?
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But before we get over to Christmas.
Yes, Casey. Yes, it will be wheelchair accessible. Somebody asked if the expo will be wheelchair.
Yes,
definitely.
And free parking. Just
free
parking.
Yes,
we made sure that was part of the deal.
Yes.
Because normally it's not free parking, but it is for you guys.
We made that arrangement.
So I wanted to, before we talk to you about like some Christmas things, I have to tell you something funny. So we went on Saturday night with some friends to SeaWorld's Howl-O-Scream. Okay.
Second year of this event.
Yeah. So they do it at Busch Gardens, but then they're starting to do them in Tampa or in Orlando. So, yeah. So I don't like scary stuff, as you know. I like the idea of horror nights and scary stuff, but once I actually try to commit to it, I get really scared. So, but I got talked into it. You know, we went, we had a good time. But here's the funny part. So at SeaWorld during their Howl-O-Scream, they have something called a scaredy cat necklace. Would you like to see it?
And they have shirts that match them too.
All right, so I want to show you.
Which is actually smart on their part to have something else to sell.
Okay, so there's a scaredy cat necklace. And actually,
that's the one you're not letting. Oh,
because I didn't hit it yet. All right, so this is like you have really hard to miss in the dark, yes? What?
Nothing, just your scaredy cat necklace.
My scaredy cat necklace. Okay, so it says Howl-O-Scream, and then it says no boo. All right. So I was intrigued. So I was standing in line.
She was hopeful.
We just got there, right? And we're standing in line for the bathroom, and a scare actor comes up and scares us, like standing outside the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, I need the scaredy cat necklace. So what this means is if you wear this necklace, like when you go through the scare zones,
which there's 7.
Yeah, there's a lot of scare goats. So when you're walking around the park, people are going to jump out at you. But if you have the scaredy cat necklace, they won't bother you. So well worth the $15 investment. Now
it was 12 because we had our discount.
Oh, okay. So yeah, scaredy cat necklaces. So the only thing is they don't apply for inside the haunted houses.
Which is understandable. You don't need a blinking light inside the houses. It could really kill the effect for anybody else around.
I mean, what if you didn't? Okay, so what if you just had like the cat not blinking and it shut this part off, so you would just see the cat?
But people aren't going to listen. So it was crazy. And so we walked through like the first scare zone after she got the necklace, and it was a long scare zone. It was all around the stadium where they do the shows. And there was chainsaws. She's like, I don't like chainsaws. Nobody came near her. And which is weird because if you're with her, the scare actors really don't come close to you either. At least they didn't on the way in. On the way out, they got a lot closer to me.
Yeah.
On the way out. But one guy had horrible breath. Oh my God.
Oh my God, don't talk about
that.
He
was so close.
He yelled in your face.
He did, but he needed a breath mint really bad.
Anyway, that's rude. So, but yeah, so I felt very scared. And then they were teasing me because I was holding my scaredy cat necklace up for them to see it, kind of like from Wayne's World in the backstage passes. I'm like, scaredy cat necklace, you know. And then at the end, one of the scare actors saw my cat necklace and he was going meow meow meow.
It was a pirate's area.
Yeah, he was meowing at me because but you know what? I didn't care. I wore this stupid necklace proudly because I was able to walk around without like having a panic attack. So I really think that this is a worthy investment. If you go to Howl-O-Scream, get the scaredy cat necklace.
Autumn said, what clueless person scares a line full of fold letters?
Right? And so this girl, she wasn't really dressed scary,
no,
but she ran and they got like these roller thingies on their knees that spark and they're loud. So she hits you from where your feet are, and you're standing there and so you don't even see her coming. That's bad.
It was funny because as we're walking, so after the bathroom incident, after she gets her scaredy necklace, we're walking down the path to go into the event. And the same scare actors are walking around. They're just trying to mess with the people before they walk in. There's people in front of us that had a little kid, probably 12 years old.
Yeah, they brought like 12-year-olds and they did not have the scaredy cat necklace.
And the kid is yelling at the scare actor.
Stop!
And then the mom's like, just leave him alone. And she's like, I'm doing my job.
She was like, I'm doing my job.
It was so funny.
But it was funny, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, if you got one that doesn't want to be bothered. But it seems like none of them wanted to be bothered.
No,
And I'm like, I didn't understand why we were there. Why'd you come? So we didn't do any houses because it was very busy, but we walked around, did the scare zones. We went on a coaster. We saw 2 shows. So I think it was worth it. And for the price point, it's cheaper than Horror Nights or even Not So Scary.
Especially if you're a Universal, or I'm sorry, SeaWorld Orlando pass holder, you get even a bigger discount. So it makes it really worth it, and then free parking, of course. So it was a fun event, actually. It was good. I prefer HHN. I just like HHN. I think it's a great event. This was a good little event and good for somebody like you. If you're between HHN and Disney and you need something, this one kind of falls right in there.
I'm telling you what, I felt a million times better when I bought this. Like a million times better. Now, I was telling him, now, if HHN did scaredy cat necklaces in the scare zones, I'd be totally fine.
But HHN is like, we want to scare you. We don't want you to have to buy a necklace to not get scared. Why come to our event if you don't want to be scared?
Well, I mean, I want to see what's going on. I just don't want anybody in my face.
You don't like chainsaws.
I don't like chainsaws either. But the thing is, I don't like a jump scare. I don't like somebody like in my face like that.
That's what that one guy did to me. That's why I knew.
I understand that, but I'm just saying. You know, I
Victoria just said they had them out there. Do you mean HHN has a scare necklace?
Do they? Because that's game changer for me.
She just said it a minute ago, so it might be that's what she was talking about. I don't know.
Oh,
nope, HHN is not for me. Oh, somebody said not for me.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. If it's a game changer, we're going to HHN Friday.
I just don't. I don't know. But
yes, HHN does. Victoria said.
Oh my God!
Hey, here's my thing.
Yay!
You pay to get in the event, and now you pay more money not to get scared at said event.
Well, no, you still walk through the zones. You just don't get anybody in your face, and that's what I don't like. Like, get out of my face. I want to see what's going on. I like the creepy displays. I like all of that. I don't want you in my face. It
was cool at SeaWorld though, because they had a lot of really dark areas. So people were dressed in like those hunters outfits they used to hide themselves.
And like popping out behind the garbage can.
There was one guy we were kind of teasing with him, and I think he talked to Mel. I think he said something to her. But it was that one guy, and then he went and hid behind the garbage can, and he had a face that lit up.
Yeah, so if somebody was going to go throw something into the garbage can,
he was right there.
Yeah, scared.
And then they had weird food too. They had like tacos with crickets on them.
Oh yeah, the bug food. Tell them about the bug food.
Yeah, so they had tacos. I think it was crickets. They had pretzel rods with chocolate covered ants on them. They had something else. I can't remember. Was it a chicken sandwich? They had something on it.
It was a chicken sandwich with grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers on it.
And tacos with crickets.
Victoria's gonna send you a picture of it.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Crickets and
it was those ants and ants.
And oh yeah, there was like a pretzel you could buy, like a dipped pretzel with ants all over it. Now there is no way. I mean, no, absolutely not. And so like one of the guys walked out. I didn't look at it, but he bought. It was like a 2 tacos in a tray, and he goes, "Oh, this one has like grasshoppers, and this one doesn't." And it's like, why do you want to eat grasshoppers or crickets? Ugh, or the crunch of it all. Ugh, no, no.
Just a little bit of flavor.
That's gross.
It's like a little bit of cilantro on top of your taco.
It's nasty.
Then they had take a shot if you dare, and it was you had no idea what they pour, like 4 or 5 different liquors into the shot.
You got to turn around, and so you don't see what they're putting in there, and then you turn back around and drink it. But there's no bugs in it.
No like bugs. That. And you could get the food without the bugs, but I did see people getting it. I think it's the novelty of the whole thing. They just wanted to try it to see what it was.
That's gross. So but all in all, Howl-O-Scream is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a big chicken like myself, it's not that bad.
And John, yes, we did announce the guests at the beginning. We'll recap it at the end.
Yeah. Right. And I will put the pictures of the House of Mouse Expo guests up on our Instagram for House of Mouse and Facebook page. So because not everybody watches the live feed or they miss it or whatever.
Right.
So okay, so let's talk a little bit about Christmas since we have a little bit of time left. So if you hadn't noticed, like at the end of last week, Shop Disney started putting some of the Christmas items up, like Christmas spirit jerseys, the Christmas lounge fly, like sweaters, ornaments, stuff like that. So, and the theme that or the color scheme that they're doing this year is there's a lot of like mint green with like red. It was really pretty. I like it, and I'm like, darn it, because now I'm gonna have to buy stuff. But so that's coming out online. If you go to like the parks or whatever, I saw one plaid Christmas sweater, but that's it. So it's not here yet.
I think it's a lot too because annual pass holders, we have a 30% off discount right now until the end of this week. So I don't think they want to drop it until that's over in the parks, just because they.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, they'll move the Halloween stuff out and the Christmas stuff in.
What is on your great Halloween shirt? Mine is Hocus Pocus themed, so it's all kinds of things from Salem. It's Winnie's. What is this? The Winnie's book. Mm-hmm. One of the books from the movie, like the one in the beginning of the movie.
And different spells.
And different spells and such. And Michelle's is just the sisters.
Mine just says it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus behind my scaredy cat.
Well, mine's from Roosevelt. I think this one's already sold out.
And I think mine was from like Etsy or something. Okay, so back to Christmas. So there was an article that I put what?
Autumn. Wait, did you announce the 2 new people for January already? Did I miss it? Who is it? Actually, we announced 3.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Gotta
wait. You have to wait.
She's gonna text me.
I know. She's gonna be like, what? So we put out an article like with a bunch of like this year's Christmas stuff. And so Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is November 8th through December 22nd. And I'm hearing a lot of them are sold out already, if not all.
I thought they all were sold out already. It could be a mistake.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know it was really popular because, you know, the Christmas party's been gone.
And that one always does sell out more so than Halloween. Christmas usually sells out pretty quick because there's very limited amounts because you don't have as long.
That's a big reason because Halloween starts in August, and so you have August, September, October full of Halloween parties that more people can go. Christmas, they do it for, you know, a little over a month and a half, and you don't have as many opportunities to go.
Autumn just said some dates are still available.
Oh, some dates. Thank you.
So if you're looking for Christmas, make sure you go check it out. Or contact Autumn because she could probably help you.
Okay, so also this article had all these things crammed in, and if you didn't read all the fine print, there's some things that you missed. Right. So one of the big confusion or something that people were missed was about the dream lights on Cinderella Castle. So they are not coming back this year, to the disappointment of many, myself included. I think the lights on the castle were something that I really look forward to. Yeah. And I would stand there and just take the same pictures and video over and over again because it was just so beautiful. So they're doing projections again, like in the Christmas sweater type thing. And a lot of the chatter is because the castle still has 50th anniversary stuff on it. So maybe next year. But as of this year, no, just projections.
Are they going to bring back the fairy godmother to light the castle rather than Elsa?
I mean,
I would like to see that.
Yeah, I just would like to see the lights. I don't really care who lights it. I just think that it was just something so beautiful, and it just seemed like such a like a pivotal thing for Disney's Christmas. You know, It's just a thing. I remember one year it was the first year that we went home for Christmas in 2014, and we were driving back from Michigan, and it was dark, and we got on the one road to go back home. We saw the castle lit up in the distance, and I'm like, we're home, because it was just the coolest thing. And I'm like one of those weirdos that if I really like something, I want to go see it like one more time. So when the castle lights are on, I'd always tell them, I don't care if it's January and they're still playing Christmas music, like I want to go see those lights.
You didn't need a reservation. It was a lot easier.
It was a lot easier then. But yeah, I do love them so much, if you hadn't gathered.
I would never guess that.
Never. I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm sure a lot of you like it.
We will be there on November 8th, opening night. So we will be posting, I'm sure you'll be posting Instagram, Facebook, everything for opening night. So if you want to see what's going on there, you're not going to be there that night, watch our feeds and you'll be able to see everything.
Yeah.
And then the next day we'll have everything on YouTube as far as the parade, the fireworks, and such. I love the parade because I love the toy soldiers.
I know the toy soldiers are great, and a lot of people like the reindeer too.
The reindeer are cool too.
So, so anyway, and then back over to Epcot Festival of the Holidays. We'll be back with Candlelight Processional and the Christmas, the cookie trail, and all the different holiday kitchens and the different things going on in World Showcase. Which I think I love Festival of the Holidays. Probably one of the best.
Are they going to have the storytellers?
Yeah, I believe so.
Sweet. That's awesome.
So they're having all the activities back in World Showcase and stuff that they had before. But new this year is they are doing a holiday overlay on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. So a lot of people have been making guesses as to what songs.
They should have Clarabelle sing Mariah Carey song.
No.
They do it before. They do that at the Magic Kingdom. They already have that recording.
I'm guessing so. Like, so Corey put in our Facebook group today. He was like wondering like what songs it might be, and people were guessing. And one I guess would be "Last Christmas" by Wham, because that was like 80s, and like all of Peter Quill's music was from his mixtape was older stuff.
Yeah, but he might have like Alvin, Simon, and Theodore singing their Christmas song.
Oh, I hope not. That would kill the ride. But yeah, so that's going to be like Christmas overlay to Christmas music. So I think that would be interesting to see.
It would be. It'd be very interesting to see that. I know one thing that happened this week, and Randy just mentioned. I want to make sure we mentioned it. Night of the Million Lights is coming back.
Yes.
But not to Give Kids the World. I mean, it's coming for them, but it's going to be at H2O.
Yes, so Give Kids the World is bringing back their Christmas event with all the lights, but it's going to be at the Margaritaville Resort Water Park. Yes.
So as more details come out about that, we'll be sure to let.
Actually, put something on Facebook. You can go to Give Kids the World and their website and get information.
It's an excellent event, and it benefits the village. Which, if you know anything about Give Kids the World, it's a fantastic organization, and they need all the finances they can get to help with what they do, because they deserve what they do. They deserve.
Absolutely.
Everything.
So, all right. So over at Hollywood Studios, I did see that Sunset Seasons Greetings is coming back.
How do you say it?
Sunset Seasons Greetings. Why can't I say that?
Know. Sunset Season Greetings.
I can't. I sit there and like fumble over it all the time, and I don't want to swear or say the wrong thing, like sun.
But that's one of those ones that we always go there to watch it. We stand there and then we miss it or show up in the middle. But luckily they're kind of quick. There's like 4 different little shows.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously the Tower of Terror turns into a big Christmas present or whatever it does.
Gingerbread house.
Toy Story stuff up there, Frozen stuff up there. So that'll be happening again this year. I assume with the fake snow, which I love.
Laser snow?
I don't know if it'll be laser snow. No, if they bring the lasers back, that'd be pretty cool. I did not see, maybe correct me if somebody knows, because I could be wrong. It's happened a couple of times. Right? Just a couple.
I keep wanting to scare you, but you have your necklace on. I can't scare you.
No, you can't. Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam. Like
you didn't say it right. I'm going to tell Mark.
All right, don't.
I'm not going to say it. I'm just saying I'm going to tell Mark.
Don't.
You don't say it right.
Anyway, so it's like, I'm using the cat necklace as like a repellent.
I know.
Stop. All right, so
battery's got dying.
So pre-COVID times, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam was the thing to go watch at Hollywood Studios at Christmas time.
Chinese theaters.
Yeah. I don't know if it's. I did not see that it's going back.
I like that because he brought the Nightmare Before Christmas into the whole.
Yeah. So, and I don't really know why. It was just projections and fake snow.
But I don't. The studio still hasn't brought back the Star Wars.
Oh, the night, yeah.
So it's like, when are they going to bring that back? Because I'm missing that. That show, and they could have updated it with new characters and such that have come out since.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why they don't just bring that stuff back.
Yeah, I don't understand why the studios hasn't gotten their nighttime show back. Still.
Yeah, well, they do have that movie thing.
Yeah, but I want to see the Star Wars.
I want to see Jingle Bell. I like the Christmas, and I mean, at least we do have the thing on the Tower of Terror, but it would be nice to have a Christmas show, just for people that stay late.
And I'm sure Daisy will be texting you a Merry Christmas this year.
Oh, God, I hate that.
You really feel about it?
Like, no, please don't with that song. But that's Magic Kingdom anyway. That's not around the studio.
You said so. I thought about texting.
And then lastly, over at Universal Studios, they have Grinchmas coming back. So they have in Universal, they have like the character dining.
Yes.
With the Grinch.
With the Grinch. And some carrot. And then they bring some of the floats from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Yeah. And they do their parade is really good at Christmas over there. I really enjoy it.
I really like Christmas at Universal. I like all the Grinch stuff. I like how they decorate. If you go to like the Seuss Landing, they have extra decorations up because obviously how the Grinch stole Christmas.
And merchandise.
So it's a lot of fun at Christmas time. So I recommend that as well.
Yeah, I love going there at Christmas time. It's my favorite time. And then you can see the Harry Potter area too because they decorate that for Christmas.
They do. I forgot about that.
On the on Hogwarts.
Oh yeah. They do that as well.
Yeah, it's really cool what they do over there.
Yeah. So. Cool. All right, well, that is all I got.
That's all you got. Look at that. We're early.
I know.
So shall we recap? Do you want to recap the House of Mouse Expo announcement for those who missed out on it?
Sure. So you're going to put the picture back up?
I can put the picture back up.
Okay, so we'll just put the picture back up real quick.
Okay, so we'll go.
And they can read it. All right, so we have John Morris, who was Andy in Toy Story. And then we have Maria Canals Barrera, who was in Wizards of Waverly Place and Camp Rock, among other things. And then we have Michael McGrady, who is doing his very first convention appearance, who was the cop in Hocus Pocus.
That's right. So, as we said earlier, if you missed it, we do have 9 Hocus Pocus cast members from the original movie. We actually stopped trying to find more people to come at like 16, and we're at 21. Yeah. So we anticipate this is all, but we never know what could happen because I know Jason's still working on stuff behind the scenes. So, Jason Marsden, that is,
aka Banks,
and Omri and Vanessa were going to help him. So who knows what?
They got stuff cooking though. See, the thing is that we only were thinking of doing another small reunion. Well, the cast took this and ran with it. We're going to have the biggest reunion we've ever had since the movie, and it is. So it's a little bit of pressure, being that we're doing the biggest Hocus Pocus reunion ever thus far, and it's the 30th anniversary next year, so they're all excited about that. So, no pressure or anything. But what we
in our second year,
right? Are we crazy? This is just nuts. But we're really excited, and
we are, and the agents are excited to be able to bring all these cats because we got, I think it's three different agents bringing this cast together to do this. And
plus Pirates of the Caribbean.
Plus the Pirates of the Caribbean one, which I'm really excited about to see them guys. Plus Brett Iwan, Irene Bedard, Donnie Dunnigan, Peter Vitt. I mean, we have so many, and there's still more. I'm not even naming Mary Gibbs. Who else? I'm trying to think.
We got so many.
There's any one of them is just absolutely amazing, and we are so excited and overwhelmed, I guess is a good word to say too, about bringing all this together. But it's going to be a fun weekend. It's going to be a great after-hours party on Saturday. Yeah. It's going to be themed Hocus Pocus, kind of like the costume party, but you don't have to dress up if you don't want to. We will be, but you don't have to if you're coming. Just come and have fun and hang out. We know some of the actors will definitely show up to the party. They did last year. There's lots of people talk about doing the hustle with Doug Jones on the dance floor, which was really kind of cool. Jason was out there dancing.
Yeah.
So if you're in the area, please come check out the House of Mouse Expo. You're going to love it. It's a great, fun time. Doug Jones said it the best. It is his favorite fan event he's ever been to because he was able to get close with his fans and such, and really thank them.
He said it had a family feel to it.
Had a family feel to it. He was able to talk to these people and thank them for the support because a lot of these actors realize that if it wasn't for fans, they wouldn't have their careers like we are. We know without the people who follow us, we would have nothing here.
Right. So it's about appreciation for the people that support you along the way. And this is for Scott and I, this is kind of a big give back as well. Putting these type of things together because, we've seen enough conventions to know that we wanted to put something together that is for the fans, right, put on by 2 Disney fans or movie fans, and something that we can give back to all of you because, where are you going to see all these people? And the fact that they're all showing up and wanting to do this is crazy.
And this has been in the works. We've been talking about this since 2016, you can ask, Autumn knows because I talked to Autumn and her husband Drew. way back when I first had the idea about it, and they were all on board then, and me and Drew were actually sitting there trying to figure out cool things to do then.
The timing was off.
And the timing was off, and we weren't in a position to be able to figure out how to make it all work. But things have happened, and it happened at the right time, I think. And I think COVID's really what pushed us, because with COVID, it really pushed us to step out of our comfort zone and try something new, and we did, and it did really well. Everybody loved it who attended last year. This year's gonna be bigger and better, and we're growing it, and it's gonna be better every year we're gonna do it. So we hope you guys come and check it out.
And if you can't, just tell your friends about it so that we actually have people come to.
And vendors, we still have room for vendors. So if anybody's interested in being a vendor, please, if you go to the website, houseofmouseexpo.com, there's a vendor application. You can fill it out, and I'll get an email, and then we'll go from there, and hopefully can get you into the show and be a part of it in that way. But we're really excited. We have a lot of our friends who are going to be there helping us to bring this all together. And that's the best part, is all our friends were like, we got you. We're going to make this work. And nobody's thinking about what am I going to get out of it, or how does it benefit me? It's just everybody sees the vision we laid out, and they're like, yes, I just want to bring this together with you guys, because I think it could be amazing. So thank you to everybody who supported it so far. Thank you to everybody who's thinking about supporting it and might down the road.
You're thinking about it.
If you're thinking about it, I'd like to thank you ahead of time, so you can go out there and buy some tickets so we can get you out there. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be announcing more stuff as the next few weeks go on. We're roughly 13 weeks away from it happening. I think it's 13 weeks from the show happening. Hotel rooms, they still have some available in our block, but we are selling out fast for the hotel rooms. Once I put in all the celebrity rooms, we're going to really have a lot of rooms unavailable.
And VIP passes, because VIP passes will guarantee you to get into the panels, all of them. But I believe the Hocus Pocus panel is going to be standing room only. And the rooms only have so much capacity. So as it gets closer, I'm going to try to figure out the best way. But if you have VIP passes, you can go. You are guaranteed to get in the panel.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to figure out, and I'm still trying to figure out how we can get a larger panel room for the Hocus Pocus panel, because I think we're going to need it. So I'm working on that, trying to figure out logistics of making it work. And that'll be where I grab Corey and Ronnie, and we're trying to move stuff around last minute to try to make it work as much.
My whole thing is, I know, because this is the biggest reunion they've ever done, and because it's the 30th anniversary, I don't want people to be disappointed. And I know we're not going to be able to fit everybody in that room. So it's just a whole logistics thing to figure out. And I think the Pirates of the Caribbean reunion is also going to be pretty
really
packed.
big. Yeah. And we got some the Pirates we have coming are big.
People were in the movie.
Yeah, they were in the movies, and they weren't like Pirate number 5 on the wall. These guys they were in the movies. They had lines. They did things in
Pirate number 5.
And they're all great guys. That's the whole thing. We know all of them. Kevin's the only one we only met once, but the other guys we know them, and they're all great, and they're fun, and they like to talk, and they like to share stories, and they really enjoy meeting fans, and they're just appreciative.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good time.
It is.
So yeah, you can get more information at houseofmouseexpo.com. And also make sure that you're following House of Mouse on Facebook, Instagram, and also the Main Street Mouse on Instagram, TikTok, wherever else we are.
Autumn's asking who's spinning at the party. It would be none other than DJ Elliott.
So if you know Elliott from Star Wars Weekends and
DJ Lil Bob
and a bunch of our Frozen Summer Fun, Elliott does all the big DJing.
And actually, Elliott was in the press a lot today, because at New York Comic Con this weekend, he actually ran the panel with Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox, the reunion they had on stage.
That was Elliott up there.
Elliott actually ran that. He hosted that panel with the two of them, those two icons of 80s movies and everything else they've done. But I mean, Back to the Future is such an iconic film, and that he got to do it. And he's a huge Back to the Future fan like I am. Mm-hmm. So it was really cool to see that he got to do that with them. So.
And we also have Disney host Mark Daniel is going to be helping with the panels. I figure between him and I, we can, split it up. So we're really happy to have Mark back. Mark actually helped me with Tinkerbell's panel last year, because I was running around like a crazy person. I'm like, Mark, you got Tinkerbell for me? And he did. And he did a great job. So more information as time goes on. So we really appreciate all the support and all the support for all our stuff.
And with Mark there, you might never see Arnie.
Yeah.
If you're a Predator fan, which is under the Disney umbrella now, Predator. So Arnie may make an appearance if he comes with Mark.
All this stuff is blending together. Like we were just before the movie, like we like to watch all the Halloween stuff, and we put Freeform on. Like Halloween was on Freeform.
2018 Halloween, and like after that is Happy Death Day.
Yeah, on Freeform.
I'm like, this usually
it's there before Christmas. Hocus Pocus.
Sleepy Hollow's the scariest thing you see usually.
Yeah, like murder stuff on Freeform. I don't get it.
I don't know. There's nothing else on tonight. So.
Okay, well, we're gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all of your support. I hope you have a great week ahead, and we will see you next week.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.